Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Friday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Glenora Shipura. In the news tonight, Hyphen Hydrogen Energy CEO Marco Raffinetti and Environment Minister Pohamba Shifeta signed the feasibility and implementation agreement for the green hydrogen project at State House this morning. With it comes decided momentum for the project on the southwestern coast of Namibia. The FIA is being billed as a landmark agreement. The agreement will govern the entire process of implementing Namibia's ambitious project. Let's take a look.
So thank you very much to the Attorney General's team. So dear signatories, if you could start executing in unison as the President witnesses this first milestone. And perhaps, ladies and gentlemen, when the President wants, he's going to witness, okay. So he's making sure you're signing on the right page, and there's no copying out after this. So that was the first one. We will have 4 copies of these agreements that we will be executing, 3 copies for the government, and 1 copy for Hyphen. So it looks like we've managed to get through the first step of this journey without too much pain. Marco, you're too fast. You need to wait for your counterpart. Thank you. So now we
Still on hydrogen energy, Chairperson of the Hydrogen Council, Obeth Kanjode, has called on all Namibians and stakeholders to support the green hydrogen project, which in his view will generate hundreds of green jobs and make Namibia the green energy hub on the continent.
The bold climate neutrality commitments outlined in the Paris Agreement and our ambitious aspirations to leverage our world-class resources creates an opportunity to develop a sustainable green economy underpinned by thousands of quality green jobs. With those long remarks, I challenge all of you here, stakeholders and all in the room today, to be bold as follows. Namibia and us in the room must take our rightful place and lead the race as the clean energy hub of Africa. Be bold and build Africa's first gigawatt scale green hydrogen and ammonia project. Lead the way and become a net exporter of clean energy to our neighbors and of course indeed the world. Showcase unashamedly how the port of Lüderitz can annually export 2 million tons of ammonia to the port of Rotterdam and beyond before the end of this decade. Finally, let us lead the way and acquire the skills needed to build a super clean energy hub. The time to lead is now. I thank you.
The 4th annual Nama Cultural Festival kicked off in Keetmanshoop this morning. The event, which celebrates the Nama cultural heritage and history, was officiated by Chief Johannes Isaac, who is also chairperson of the Nama Traditional Leaders Association, and UNESCO head in Namibia, Jaffa Musa El Kadum, among other dignitaries. Chief Isaac used the occasion to bemoan the alleged exclusion of Nama and Ovaherero communities from repatriation negotiations with Germany.
GLA and Ovaherero Traditional Authority, also known as OTA, together with our partners, are fighting for our inalienable right of self-representation. Because of our legal status as Nama and Ovaherero people, national and international legal instruments demand our direct engagement as necessary parties in all aspects of genocide negotiations with Germany.
Deputy Minister of Health and Social Services Esther Munyanguwe says the menstrual cycle is a normal part of the human experience. She added that it is not only a health issue, but in fact a human right issue and a matter of dignity and respect. She made these remarks at the commemoration of the International Menstrual Health and Hygiene Day today at Anana in the Ohangwena region.
Integral and normal part of human experience. It is not only a health and hygienic issue, but it is in fact a human rights issue and a matter of dignity and respect. Therefore, Namibia remains committed to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. We had, for example, SDG 3, which is good health and well-being, SDG 4, quality education, SDG 5, gender equality, and SDG 6, clean water and sanitation. Now, most of these SDGs may be achieved through the promotion of health among the young generation and the empowerment of girls and young women.
Ohangwena Regional Governor Valde Devashia emphasizes that young people's general development is assisted by sports. He added that self-discipline, quality of life, teamwork and accountability are groomed through sports. And so Amwele reports.
Be comprised of teams that are drawn from different parts of the region. That is 12 constituencies of Ohangwena region. And there's going to be sports codes that we have identified, which is soccer, male and female, netball, boxing, athletics, and perhaps any other sports. We may see also a tug of war featuring. Those are the target sports codes that are going to happen on that day.
Mr. Stephen Mandela and the rest of the PSC team. I would like to appreciate all of you for being committed to making sure this event becomes a reality. I am Valde Mandela, representing the marketing team. In a few words, PSC Bank is committed to creating opportunities for the Namibian nation, specifically the youth. Thus, we are going to sponsor, or we have sponsored, the Ohangwena Region Governors Cup for the next 3 years with a total of 210,000. This doesn't only limit Ohangwena region, but since PSC is for Namibia, it goes out for the 14 regions of the country. We decided to venture into this partnership to support our youth and giving them an opportunity to showcase their talents. We believe this will create opportunities and will expose young people here in the mighty Ohangwena region. From PSC Bet, as a partner to this event, we expect great talent being showcased throughout the competition, fun as well as community engagement. We are convinced that the youth of the Ohangwena region will be proud of PSC Bet.
In our story of the day, we take a look at a Namibian aspiring chef showcasing Namibian culinary skills on a global stage. We get into the story after the break.
Thank you so much to FMB for this opportunity. Thank you so much to FNB. What an experience. I never got to do shopping in 5 minutes, but look at all this.
Getting into our story of the day, the Global Chefs Challenge Semifinals Africa and Middle East will take place in Sharjah, United Arab Emirates on the 29th to the 31st of May 2023 as part of Expo Culinaire and Emirates Saloon Culinaire. NAM chefs announced the participation of Elizabeth Isai in the semifinals of the Hans Buschkens Young Chef Challenge for the regions Africa and Middle East. She will be cooking against young chefs from Egypt, South Africa, UAE and Qatar. To qualify, she has to be under the age of 25. Previously, Isai won the NAM Chef's Junior Chef of the Year competition in 2022. She also represented Namibia at the World Skills Competition in Switzerland last year and was in the team that cooked in the African Culinary Cup in Abu Dhabi in May 2022. Isai is a young lady with a passion for cooking and very high level of self-discipline to practice for competition. She has been preparing her competition menu daily for a month already because practice makes perfect. She has to cook a starter, main and dessert for 4 people in 3 hours in a competition kitchen in Sharjah, UAE on the 30th of May. If she wins, she will be cooking against the rest of the world in Singapore in October 2024. After the break, we get into your economic news. Do stay with us.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouthwatering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
In our economic news, we swing over to the House of Stone. Zimbabweans turn towards black market as inflation rises. Zimbabweans are feeling the wrath of high inflation. The rate of inflation in the Southern African country now stands at 131.7% in the month of May. Now, locals are now helpless as they are now forced to search for cheaper products as a way to survive the overpriced goods at major supermarkets. In these shops they call trucks lie the solution to their demise as they can buy cheaper products compared to top large supermarkets. We buy at the truck shop because they are cheap. Their price is not even expensive because they're in the big shops these days. They are very expensive. Even their rate is less than in supermarkets. At the truck shop, they give us the good rates. That's why we prefer to buy at the truck shop because they are cheap. A customer said, Zimbabwe has endured years of fluctuating value of currencies worsened by adoption of US dollar. Many Zimbabweans are now shunning away from major stores that experience frequent fluctuating currency rates when converting to the local Zim dollar. It's cheaper for customers to buy from out here. For instance, for $1 they can get 2 drinks instead of 1 from a supermarket. It's also because our exchange rate is better than the official rate, said one vendor. The black market is also taking a toll on the local Zim dollar, with economists warning of a further deterioration of the local currency if not regulated. What we have witnessed over the past weeks is a massive increase in pricing, the Zim dollar pricing. This has largely been caused by the very significant depreciation of the local currency that we have seen on the black market or on the parallel market, said Prosper Shitambara, an economist. Let's take a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 24.45 and against the euro at 21.23 and against the US dollar at 19.81, and 2 Namibian dollars and 8 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. Zinc is down 3.58% while Brent crude oil is up 1.03%, trading at $77 and 8 cents per barrel. After the break, we get into your international news. Do stay with us.
Every day, you make choices that make you legendary. Journey together with us on the path to securing your legacy as a member of the League of Legends. With the Select Platinum Bundle Fee Premium Bank offering, you will access tools that will enable you to thrive. If you earn 850,000 Namibian dollars per annum or more, you can apply for this offering today via bankvinted.com.na for only 447 Namibian dollars per month. Bank Vinted, a member of Capricorn Group.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Getting into our international news, Eritrean forces prevented a UN-led humanitarian mission from entering a village in the northern Ethiopian region of Tigray on Thursday in what would mark violation of a peace deal ending fighting in the area, aid workers on the ground told CNN. After 2 years of fighting, the Ethiopian government and the Tigray People's Liberation Front signed a deal to end hostilities in the November last year that included withdrawing all foreign forces from the north of the country. Eritrean soldiers had joined in on the conflict on the side of Ethiopia, but aid workers said officials from the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, UNOCHA, as well as those from other NGOs, were stopped from reaching the village of Gemhalo by Eritrean forces. On the 25th of May 2023, a mission led by UNOCHA, Deputy Head of Ethiopia, comprised from UNOCHA, UNDSS, WHO, and other NGOs were prohibited from entering Gemhalo village in Teitai Adiabo Woreda district by Eritrean forces. They said that the mission was stopped after traveling 16 kilometers from Sheraro around Waila Nihibi. Eritrean forces are in Tigray in close distance from Sheraro, occupying 5 Kebbles neighborhoods of Teitai Adiabo Woreda district. They added, looting, destructing infrastructures, raping are continued. Eritrean forces are committing all forms of violations in the villages, including denying humanitarian access to those areas, they said. After the break, we get into your weather predictions.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment.
Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes. Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
Let's take a look at the weather predictions for the weekend, starting off with Saturday. Katima Mulilo can expect a minimum of 14 degrees with a maximum of 33 degrees. Enana can expect a minimum of 18 degrees with a maximum of 34 degrees. Henties Bay can expect a minimum of 12 degrees with a maximum of 17 degrees, while Swakopmund can expect a minimum of 14 degrees with a maximum of 15 degrees. Let's take a look at the Sunday predictions. We'll be right back after this short break. Good evening and welcome to Sunset News.
Touch me stays on list A in the speech, rate and taxes, and how much.
After the break, we take a look at the sports.
We bring you
economic indicators, tomorrow's weather, and sports. I am Aina Raiza Kweyong.
to another exciting episode of Oneuptwo. We bring jou legends die weer en vertel ook vir julle waar die vis julle monster kan byt.
Thank you so much to FNB for this opportunity. Thank you so much to FNB. What an experience. I never got to do shopping in 5 minutes, but look at all this.
We apologize for the technical difficulty experienced earlier. We now move on to sports news brought to you by Sports Rep.
Well, a good evening to you viewers. Well, let's take a look on what's on today's news here on Sunset. Well, the NWR Marathon is set to take place on the 27th of March at Cross Barman on the Grass Barman Okahanja route. That is, there you can see Junior Kapofi, who chats with Nelson Ashipala. Well, we are also joined by John Smith at the Wanderers Rugby Field for the Legends training camp that has attracted over 400 young superstars who love the sport rugby. We also catch up with Bowland Cavaliers captain Thurlow March, who speaks on tomorrow's game with the Windhoek Truffle Witches at the Hagegengop Stadium. Well, the first round of the 2023 R&B Namibia Chess Open Championship kicked off at Nictus Cultural Center in Windhoek yesterday. The tournament is hosted by Namibia Chess Federation and sponsored by Rand Merchant Bank Namibia, and we look forward to an exciting tournament here on this one. Well, that's it from us here on the sports desk. Wishing you a lovely weekend.
You're still watching Sunset News. We get into the news highlights shortly.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
This is Sunset News, and if you have just joined us, here are the news highlights. Chairperson of the Hydrogen Council, Obed Kanjothe, has called on all Namibians and stakeholders to support the green hydrogen project, which in his view will generate hundreds of green jobs and make Namibia the green energy hub on the continent. Deputy Minister of Health and Social Services, Esa Mwinyangwe, says the menstrual cycle is a normal part of the human experience. She added that it is not only a health issue, but in fact a human rights issue and a matter of dignity and respect. She made these remarks at the commemoration of the International Menstrual Health and Hygiene Day today at Enana in the Ohangwena region. Eritrean forces prevented a UN-led humanitarian mission from entering a village in the northern Ethiopian region of Tigray on Thursday in what would mark violation of a peace deal ending fighting in the area, aid workers on the ground said. And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every weekday, and on Sundays from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. I am Glenora Shipura. This has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.